Please be seated. Your Honor, Premier, Ministers, Ministers Designate, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Jeannie Smith, and I am the Chief of Protocol for Alberta. It is my pleasure to welcome you here to McDougall Centre for the swearing-in of Cabinet. Her Honor, the Honourable Salma Lakhani, Lieutenant Governor of Alberta, will now bring remarks. Your Honor.
Thank you, Jeannie. As His Majesty the King's representative in Alberta and as a settler, I acknowledge all First Peoples who have called this place home for thousands of years and who welcomed us here to make our own lives. May we always dwell together on these lands with respect, understanding, and a sincere commitment to walking the journey of reconciliation. And now I say we move it on to reconciliation. Before I get into my remarks, I also want to acknowledge and applaud the presence of my aides de camp for today, Captain Chris Van Apeldoorn and Lieutenant Navy Bob Newton. These gentlemen have daytime jobs. They volunteer with the Office of the Lieutenant Governor. So I'd like to acknowledge their presence, but also I'd like to acknowledge and applaud the presence of every single person in this room who volunteers their time. So let's give a big round of applause to all the volunteers in this room. And I can tell you, without volunteers, the world wouldn't move, right, Premier? We need volunteers. So Honorable Premier Smith and distinguished guests all, thank you everyone for joining us here for this ceremony at McDougall Centre. I would like to congratulate all of you who will be taking on new roles and additional roles in Cabinet, and thank you for your valued service. I don't need to tell you that the job of an elected official is one that demands enormous dedication and considerable personal sacrifice. It is a life marked by late nights, as you all know. We just had some late nights before we got here, and long meetings and dealing with complicated issues and seemingly impossible problems. And while the job bestows great prestige upon the people who perform it, it also attracts an equal amount of public criticism, but it is hard to be everything to everyone. I urge you to never forget the people you represent, the communities who are relying on you to create a better, safer, more prosperous world for themselves, their neighbors, and their children. However, they do not expect you to accomplish this goal by yourselves. I'm sure that your experiences in government have taught you little of consequence is ever accomplished alone. And here I'd like to quote an African saying. You know, I was born and raised in Africa, and the saying is, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. Remember, every day is an important opportunity to make a meaningful difference, and it is important that everyone in public office find common ground and work together to secure our future. You have all put in a lot of hard work to reach this point in your political careers, and now you have even more hard work in front of you, with outcomes that I hope will bring all of you lifelong satisfaction. Luckily, you have the support and encouragement of your loved ones and family members, and whilst you all make sacrifices, so do your family members and loved ones. And I want to take time to thank all of you all of you for supporting your loved ones in this journey, because they could definitely not do it alone. So as His Majesty the King's representative in Alberta, I extend my best wishes to all our ministers. May you enjoy nothing but success in your new roles. Thank you. I have a letter from the Premier recommending the members of Executive Council. I accept her recommendations. Premier, please now introduce the members of the Executive Council.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would now ask the members swearing the oath of Executive Council to please step forward. The Honourable Grant Roy Hunter, the Honourable Andrei Pachenko, the Honourable Miles Brian Joseph McDougall. Your Honour, I would ask you to administer the oath of Executive Council to these individuals.
I will now administer the oath of Executive Council to the new members. Members, please repeat, "So help me God," or "I affirm," at the close of the oath. Oath of members of the Executive Council. You, Grant Roy Hunter, Andrei Boychenko, and Miles Brian Joseph McDougall, do solemnly promise and swear that you will serve His Majesty truly and faithfully in the place of His council in this His Majesty's province of Alberta. You will keep close and secret all such matters as shall be treated, debated, and resolved on in Executive Council without publishing or disclosing the same or any part thereof by word, writing, or any otherwise to any person out of the same council, but to such only as be of the council. And yet, if any matter so propounded, treated, and debated in any such Executive Council shall touch any particular person sworn of the same council upon any such matter as shall in any wise concern their loyalty and fidelity to the King's Majesty, you will in no wise open the same to them, but keep it secret as you would from any person until the King's Majesty's pleasure be known on that behalf. You will, in things to be moved, treated, and debated in any such Executive Council, faithfully, honestly, and truly declare your mind and opinion to the honor and benefit of the King's Majesty and the good of his subjects, without partiality or exception of persons, in no wise forbearing so to do from any manner of respect, favor, love, meed, displeasure, or dread of any person or persons whatsoever. In general, you will be vigilant, diligent, and circumspect in all your doings touching the King's Majesty's affairs. All which matters and things you will faithfully observe and keep as a good counselor ought to do to the utmost of your power, will, and and discretion. So help you God, or I so affirm. So. Members will now subscribe to the oath by signing the Executive Council roll book.
We'll get a picture on the second one. Your Honor, I will now call forward the Honourable Adriana LaGrange to take the oath as Minister of Primary and Preventative Health Services.
Please take the oath of office and subscribe to same in the Executive Council roll book.
I, Adriana LaGrange, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Primary and Preventative Health Services for the province of Alberta, so help me God.
Charles III, by the grace of God, King of Canada and his other realms and territories, head of the Commonwealth, to all to whom these presents shall come, greeting. Know ye that having confidence in the loyalty, integrity, and ability of the Honourable Adriana LaGrange, ECA, of Red Deer County, in the province of Alberta, I, under and by virtue of the power in me vested in that behalf, do appoint the said Honourable Adriana LaGrange, ECA, to be Minister of Primary and Preventative Health Services for the province of Alberta, to have and to hold with all and every the powers, privileges, authority, and advantages to the said office of Minister of Primary and Preventative Health Services, by right and by law appertaining. In testimony whereof, I have caused these letters to be made patent, and the great seal of the province of Alberta to be hereunto affixed. Witness, the Honourable Salma Lakhani, Lieutenant Governor of the province of Alberta, in our city of Calgary, in our said province, this 16th day of May, 2025, and in the third year of His Majesty's reign, by command. Congratulations, Mr. LaGrange, and I wish you so much success.
The Honorable Matthew Jones, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Hospital and Surgical Health Services.
I, Matthew Jones, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skill and knowledge execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Hospital and Surgical Health Services for the province of Alberta, so help me God.
The Honorable Joseph Redford Scow, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Jobs, Economy, Trade, and Immigration. And as he's noted, he'll be the first Jedi minister.
I, Joseph Redford Scow, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skill and knowledge execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Jobs, Economy, Trade, and Immigration for the province of Alberta, so help me God.
The Honorable Jason John Nixon, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Assisted Living and Social Services.
I, Jason John Nixon, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skill and knowledge execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Assisted Living and Social Services for the province of Alberta, so help me God.
The Honorable Dan Williams, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Municipal Affairs.
I, Daniel Williams, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skill and knowledge execute the powers and trust reposed in me as Minister of Municipal Affairs for the province of Alberta. So help me God.
The Honorable Dimitrios Andreas Nicolaides, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Education and Childcare.
I, Dimitrios Andreas Nicolaides, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Education and Childcare for the province of Alberta, so help me God.
The Honorable Rajanjit Kaur Sahni, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Indigenous Relations.
I, Rajanjit Kaur Sahni, do solemnly and sincerely promise and affirm that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Indigenous Relations for the province of Alberta. I solemnly affirm.
The Honorable Richard David Wilson, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Mental Health and Addiction.
I, Richard David Wilson, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully, to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Mental Health and Addiction for the province of Alberta, so help me God.
The Honorable Mohammed Yassin, please step forward to take the oath as Associate Minister for Multiculturalism.
I, Mohammed Yassin, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully, and to the best of my skill and knowledge, execute the powers and trust reposed in me as Associate Minister for Multiculturalism for the province of Alberta. So help me God.
The Honorable Grant Roy Hunter, please step forward to take the oath as Associate Minister for Water.
I, Grant Roy Hunter, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skill and knowledge execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Associate Minister of Water for the province of Alberta. So help me God.
The Honorable Andrei Boychenko, please step forward and take the oath as Minister of Tourism and Sport.
I, Andrei Boychenko, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skills and repose in I, Andrei Boychenko, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skills and knowledge execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as a Minister of Tourism and Sport for the province of Alberta. So help me God.
The Honorable Miles Bryan Joseph McDougall, please step forward to take the oath as Minister of Advanced Education.
I, Miles Bryan Joseph McDougall, do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear that I will duly and faithfully and to the best of my skill and knowledge execute the powers and trusts reposed in me as Minister of Advanced Education for the province of Alberta. So help me God.
Your Honor, these are the members of Executive Council.
The Honourable Danielle Smith, Premier of the Province of Alberta, will now bring her remarks.
Your Honor, newly sworn ministers and honored guests, thank you for joining us today in recognition and celebration of the contributions you have made and will continue to make in service of this province. We are nearly 2 years into a mandate from Albertans to take clear and decisive action to achieve the promises and commitments we made in the last election. As a government, we've already accomplished so much. We've helped create over 100,000 jobs, attracted billions in investment, added more police officers to keep our streets safe, passed critical legislation such as the Compassionate Intervention Act to restore health, safety, and well-being for families and communities. We've accelerated school construction projects, and we've added teachers and educational assistants needed to staff these schools. We've made great strides to refocus the healthcare system and improve access to key services for Albertans. And of course, we implemented an income tax cut to save families up to $1,500 per year. And that just scratches the surface of what we've accomplished so far, but we also know that there is much more work to do. Albertans are trusting us, each of us in this room, to do that critical work. As a team, we will continue to govern for everyone in the province. We will build on a solid foundation of legislation, policies, and informed decision-making. We will continue to diversify and build Alberta's economy by breaking down interprovincial trade barriers and forging new partnerships. We will engage with the federal government, make Albertans' perspectives clear, advocate against the policies that have punished our province and its largest industry for the past 10 years, and chart a new path forward for our province. On healthcare, we will continue the complex work of refocusing the healthcare system. This has been a long-time ambition of mine, and I am so grateful to the Honourable Adriana LaGrange for the foundational work she has done to get us to where we are today. I'm proud to say that Alberta will now have a dedicated minister responsible for overseeing the implementation of policy and delivery of healthcare services in each of the 4 key areas: primary care, acute care, assisted living, and recovery. With this team of ministers, we will keep our promises to shorten wait times, improve primary care, ensure Albertans' needs are being met in the most appropriate setting, and develop an even stronger focus on mental health and addiction supports. To meet all of our objectives, we will work closely with valued partners, doctors, nurses, patients, teachers, parents, students, social policy experts, business leaders, and innovators to make Alberta's healthcare, education, and social support systems the best in the world. This is what Albertans expect us to do. It is what they deserve, and it is what they gave us a mandate to do. Albertans are more engaged now than ever, and ever so passionate. They will hold us to account, and I am proud to live in a province that gives them the tools they need to do just that. That is just one of the main reasons why we love this beautiful province, and it is what makes us truly strong and free. Your Honour, ministers, welcome guests, I pledge myself as Premier to lead our cabinet with honesty and integrity and to work hard each and every day on behalf of Albertans to make this great province an even better place to live.
All rise for the departure of the Vice-Regal Party.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of today's ceremony. Please stay for a reception in the Azor room just right this way. Food and beverages will be available. Premier and ministers will be with you shortly following a short photo opportunity. And enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Have a great day. Thank you.